What's good, everybody? I just got home from work, pulled a double, my fourth double in 1 week. I've worked a lot. Hopefully that paycheck is fat. But anyways, so I'm still fasted. I haven't eaten since last night, so I'm 24 plus hours fasted, and I feel great, man. I feel energized. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to sleep, but I gotta sleep because I gotta wake up and train legs, you know what I mean? I gotta wake up and train legs. But before I go to sleep, I'm gonna mix up some Huma Pro right here. It's just isolated protein, nothing in it, but literally like just isolated protein and vitamins, minerals. But anyways, so I'm gonna drink this because it's virtually no calories. It's like 0.002 calories, which is like zero, nada. So we're gonna take a dose of this before we hit the hay, and then we're gonna wake up, take another dose of this before we hit the gym, and we're gonna be training legs and arms. So good night, everybody. Cheers. Yo, what's good, everybody? It's currently 5:49. Take another dose of Huma Pro. I'm gonna adhere to this as best I can and see what the results are from this, because 0 calories, complete protein supplement, everything that you need, all the proteins that you need, more efficient than fish, beef, or other meats. So we're gonna stick to this and see what we're gonna get out of it. And yeah, here we go before we hit leg day and arm day. All right, let's get it. Let's go. Gotta be grateful. Gotta be appreciative. Gotta be thankful that I'm still alive. Gotta be thankful that I can still wake up, go to the gym, and get in a leg and arm day. You gotta wake up with the purpose. They say that the longest living people, every morning they wake up with the purpose. So I'm gonna wake up with the purpose. I'm gonna wake up with my purpose because I want to live forever. I want to be immortal. I got so much plans for this life. Is crazy. There's so much opportunity out there. There's so much to learn. There's so much to do. There's so much to be. You just gotta find the purpose in life. You gotta find your purpose. Everybody has a purpose, The purposes are endless. All the purposes are endless. All right, what is good, everybody? So here I am at the gym. We're gonna warm up with the barbell, because it's 45 pounds. So we're gonna get some good squats in real quick, just to loosen them hamstrings up, loosen them hip flexors up, just loosen them knee joints up. You know what I mean? Going deep. Look at that, going deep. That's right. Yeah. That's what's up. Alright, cool. Alright, so here we are. I put on 10 plate. I think these are 25 actually. 25 pounds on each side. Again, just kind of progressively warming up to my max rep weight. But again, going deep. Just kind of, warming up, still warming up the muscles. Every set's a warm up. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter if it's your maximum heavy PR. Shit's still a warm up, bro. Shit's still a warm up. Alright, so we hit it from the back side. Back angle right here. Still 25s. Like I've said before, we want to do functional strength training. We'll go heavy when we get there. It will be heavy when it gets there. But for the moment, just form, technique, focusing on pushing through your heels. Making sure that each quad is activated, Alright, so I'm going to be putting on another plate of 25, so that's going to be 50 pounds on each side. And you know what it is. I'm just going to rep them out real quick. But before I do that, I'm gonna take a little break. But in between, my sets or whatever, I like to do some calf raises, just to make sure my calf muscles are still there, just to make sure it's not weight or anything, it's just body weight. And I'm doing it like the most unorthodox way, because I have to also maintain my balance. Otherwise, I'll lean back too much, fall, or lean forward and fall like that. You know what I mean? So, but those calf raises are good. You can't neglect any muscle. You gotta train every part of your body, just like Bruce Lee said. You gotta train every part of your body. But here's 50 pounds on each side, and so I gotta make sure my foot placement is good, comfortable, and bam, we repping it out. That's what's up. I'm not too sure if everybody knows how to do squats, but it's not as easy as it looks. You know what I mean? There's a lot of muscles involved. Your core is involved. Your calf muscles kind of involved. Your quads are obviously involved. So there's a lot that goes into it. And that's why, it's another reason why I don't count my reps. I'm not focused too much on how many repetitions I'm doing, because I just want to make sure that my form is good, my technique is good, making sure that I am focused on every muscle contraction as I can. And when you really think about it, you can totally tell if you're imbalanced. So I used to I remember when I used to do squats, and how I would either put too much weight on my right quad or too much weight on my left quad. So I try to focus on applying the weight evenly, spread across both sides. So that's one thing you got to keep in mind too, so you don't overdevelop a certain. All right, and again, back to the calf raises, in between sets. So I'm just alternating like this for, I don't know, for a bit. I think I was at the squat rack for a good 45 minutes or something. I don't remember how many sets I did. I don't even count my sets either. I just do it until okay, yeah, I think it feels like I've done enough. For me, it's all about feel. So after the squats, I pretty much switch over to arms. So right here, I'm just doing seated bicep curls. Now, I gotta say, I kind of learned this from watching a Chris Bumstead reel, and this is something that he recommends doing for biceps. And I gotta say though, what he's doing, it's no wonder why he's Mr. Olympia, right? Because when you provide that stretch into your shoulders, like how I would retract my scapular back and just drop my shoulders down and let the weight just pull my shoulder while I have my chest flare up, it really isolates your bicep. And I never realized how weak my left bicep was. I was having trouble with those 30s, man. So right now I'm gonna go get the I'm gonna drop it down a weight. I think I'm going for the 25s right there, 25s. So I'm going for the 25s right now, and the 25s were a little bit more comfortable, but I could still feel that weakness in the left bicep. And man, no wonder every time I flex my left bicep, every time I flex it, man, it's not, I'm not gonna lie, it does look weak. It does look pretty weak. I got a pussy ass left bicep. That's all I gotta say. I mean, I like to think that I'm ambidextrous, but I guess not. Alright, so here I go, different angle, showing my left bicep right here. I know you can't really see the weakness, but I can feel the weakness. The weakness is there. Something just about my left side, I don't know what it is, man. I just got a weak left side, if I was a boxer and my left side was, in the ring, I think I would lose. I'm not gonna lie, I think I would lose. But anyways, yeah, so I'm just, trying to develop the strength in my bicep now that I realize that my left bicep is weak as fuck. Alright, so now I'm dropping down some weights, going for the flies, the shoulder fly, the deltoid flies. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. I don't even know the names of the exercise that I perform. I know it's terrible. But I didn't get my doctorate in exercise science, okay? I got my doctorate in drug dealing. So, I'm pretty much switching off, alternating like this. I'm throwing in the So I'm throwing in the, I don't even know what you call these, but skull crushers, dumbbell skull crushers. But anyways, these really work out the triceps. I've never seen my tricep pop out so much from doing any other tricep exercise. Even though I don't really do tricep exercises, it's like probably the first time ever that I've done tricep exercises. But I gotta say though, when you do these, it just gives you that crazy stretch in your tricep as you go down, and then you'll have to like engage your tricep muscles to pull it back up, and it just, the end result will be that horseshoe look in your tricep, that horseshoe tricep, you know. So I'm switching to my other arm, and I don't know, it's just a good exercise to do. I encourage everybody to try it out if you want to build your biceps. You know, all the other build your triceps. All the other tricep workouts are pretty adequate, but I feel like this one's my go-to just because I feel like I get the best results from this particular tricep workout. So it's all about, you know, finding what workout is comfortable, what workout is best for you, and especially what workout will give you the best results depending on like how your structure is, how your skeletal structure is, how your frame is, because not everybody lifts the same way, you know. Like nobody ever thinks about that. Not everybody lifts the same way. Alright, so lastly, these are the leg extensions. Actually, you know what? I actually did the, I'm editing this video kind of backwards, but I actually did the seated leg curls first. But anyways, so yeah, leg extensions. So I did 2 sets of the leg extensions. This set, I try to pause at least for a second at the top there. When I do that, I could really feel the exhaustion kick in a lot quicker. So I recommend doing that too if you want to build your quads. Alright, so like I said, I did this first before the leg extensions. But anyways, you gotta incorporate your leg curls. You can't forget your hamstrings. Now I know that deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts, all those will work out your quad muscles, but I particularly love the I favor the one where you're laying down, the lay down leg curls. I like those a little bit better because they isolate your hamstrings a little bit more. But these seated types of leg curls, where like the whole thing just moves synergistically with your body, I think these are also pretty good too. So if the other ones aren't available, then you know this is my next go-to. So yeah, I mean, just pick whatever exercise machine, whatever exercise you're most comfortable with, but you got to make sure that you're training every muscle group. All right, what's good, folks? Got back from the gym. I was supposed to drink the HumaPro immediately after workout. At least that's what the direction says, but it's still within the hour, so let's go ahead and take this down. It mixes pretty well though, I'm surprised. It looks like soy milk a little bit. But it doesn't taste like soy milk though. This shit kind of tastes terrible. So I'm still 24-hour plus fasted. I say 24-hour plus because I know it's definitely been longer than 24 hours. I haven't been keeping track, but I know that the last time that I ate anything was Sunday night. It is right now Tuesday at 8:11 in the morning, talking to you guys here from my stoot. Anyways, so do I look leaner? Guys? Let me know if I look leaner. I need to know. That was pretty much my gym session. I did stay there a little bit longer than usual. The leg extensions and the seated leg curls, so I hit those too. But you know, I mean, like when you go to the gym, I'm just focused on form and technique, contractions, the negatives, the movement. I'm not really focused on counting my reps. I'm pretty sure I do like less than 10 reps, but they're less than 10 really good reps though, like quality reps, like high quality reps, you know what I mean? It's those quality reps that you want to go for. If you're doing 15 shitty reps, bad form, bad technique, bad everything, then you're risking injury, you're risking developing other muscle groups instead of like developing that particular muscle group that you're intending to develop. So that's why form technique is really important, because it's all about form and technique. If you don't have form and technique, you're going to risk injuring yourself. You're going to risk developing other muscle groups that you're not intending to develop. Like if you're doing chest, but you're noticing that your shoulders get bigger, perhaps it's the way you're doing chest. Perhaps it's the way you're contracting your scapula or not contracting your scapula. Perhaps it's just your shitty ass form or technique. I hate to break it to you, man, but that's why, like, when you lift, especially if you're a beginner, you want to start off really light. You want to start off slow. You want to make sure you get the unfamiliar movements down first. You want to make sure you get comfortable with every movement. So like today, when I was doing the seated reps, when I was doing the seated bicep curls, I never realized how weak my left bicep was. My left bicep was weak as fuck, bro. Weak as fuck. But anyways, yep. So this is post-workout physique right here. Took my protein, still fasted, so I'm still burning calories. And then since I ingested that Huma Pro super concentrated isolated protein mix, you know, hopefully my body is gonna tell my body to not break down my muscles, I mean. Anyways, so I'll catch y'all in the next video. Later.